to order at 6:06 p.m. Pastor Ruben Sanders from Ocean Gate will be giving the invocation, the prayer, and we're going to have Councilwoman Katrina Manning do the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me today. If you will join me in prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to be here today. Thank you for your ever-loving grace upon this place. We ask that you continue to be with us as we address the concerns and the challenges that we face in this city, but also be thankful for the victories that you've already pulled us through, Lord, and the victories that we will continue to have because of you. And that we will be counted as faithful and to be the good neighbor that you called us to be. In Jesus Christ's name, through the Holy Spirit, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Madam Clerk, the roll call, please.
Councilmember Johnson.
She's called in. She's been excused.
Councilmember Manning. Present. Councilmember Reyes English.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Montero.
Present.
Mayor Vargas.
Here. Okay. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to waive the reading of the rules of decorum, but everybody is familiar with them at this point. Thank you. We have presentations. We have about 4 presentations, and we just simply ask you to just be mindful that there's a 10-minute limit to these presentations, ideally including the responses and everything. But the first presentation is by Mayor Pro Tem. Please proceed with item 1, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. At this time, I'm going to call my friend, President Hugo Rojas from Centinela Valley Union High School, and also Dr. Nilman to come to the podium because they're going to do a presentation to us because we've been a partner for a long time since the establishment of the Centinela Valley and the city of Hawthorne, so it has been an outstanding partners doing things for the children, doing things for the community, so welcome.
Thank you. So Mayor Vargas and members of the council, as a superintendent of Centinela Valley, we really appreciate everything that you do and the city does for our high school in your city, Hawthorne High School. We've had a long-standing partnership and a great relationship working with the city and the city's different agencies. We have one of the SROs. Our SRO on Hawthorne campus is Hawthorne PD, and as long as I've been in the district, we've had an SRO on that campus providing support and services for our students, providing city works to support our schools and so forth. So all the things you do, coming to our events, showing your support at our events, inviting us to the city events, giving our students an opportunity to do presentations and so forth. We just want to say that we really appreciate everything that you do, and to show that appreciation, we have some certificates of appreciation for you. So I'm going to let my president of my school board, Mr. Hugo Rojas, go ahead and read that to you.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson. Good afternoon, or is it good evening? Just want to say thank you and express our appreciation once again for what you do off time from your regular positions here. Not only as the city provides the parks and recreation, you allow for the teen center to operate. You're involved in many charities. I thought it would be appropriate for us to come before you and give you some flowery words on the certificate and to express ourselves. It's kind of rarely done, but I thought this would be something that I needed to do, and the superintendent. So at this time, your continued support, valued partnership, and steadfast commitment to advancing educational opportunities for the students of the Centinela Valley Union High School District, your leadership and dedication to our school community have made a meaningful impact and continue to help foster student growth, achievement, and success. So we'd like to present these certificates at this time.
Let's, please join us. Thank you.
All right, here we go. And in 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you.
Yeah, to the chair.
So, don't run away, doctor.
Hold on.
You go. Come back here, please. Don't run away.
To the chair.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Let me just first of all acknowledge both of you and my appreciation for not only for what you do also, but just the partnerships that we have. And it's an ongoing effort to assure that we're always communicating and always trying to benefit the community. And the only way to do that is through partnerships. And so I thank you, appreciate you. We've been doing this for a long time. I hope to continue under the leadership of Hugo as our president of the board and the other members. Thank you, and I appreciate the certificate. And more importantly, I'd like to see ultimately attend eventually a school board meeting. I don't know how we could do that, but I think it's needed on our part too, so that we could see what's going on. So I look forward to doing that. So thank you.
Awesome. Yes, go ahead.
To the chair.
Yes.
I want to say thank you so much for recognizing me. I truly appreciate it. I haven't gotten an award in I don't know if I ever got one since I've been here at council. And it feels good to be seen, heard, and recognized. I also want to just say thank you for your leadership and the work that you guys do. Superintendent, both of you are wonderful, and I have an opportunity to spend a lot of time with you. We are always doing something. I know that you're always out there in those streets doing different things, public safety, your athletic, what is it?
Karate.
Karate. I was close. The karate that you do with the kids. I mean, you guys just do so much for our community, and I'm so happy to be a partner with you guys, and I look forward to continuing to do more things. Thank you.
Go ahead. Go.
No, you go.
All right. So again, thank you very much. We go a long way, right? You go almost 30 years together in the city. We serve on the school board in the Hawthorne School District. Then you left us there. You went to Centinela Valley. But you always been here in Hawthorne giving back to the community, especially the children, the kids. Like my colleague said, you have your own nonprofit. You have done outstanding in this city, and you have collaborated with us, with all the nonprofit. And then you launched the Safety Summit that is going to be held, soon. And then Dr. Nillman, he's a resident, a veteran, an educator, a commissioner. So you also, deserve a lot of kudos. So thank you for both of you for being here tonight, and we appreciate and we'll continue our partnership for that long time to come. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your leadership. Dr. Stephen Elman, Superintendent, President, right now, you're President right now, yeah. Hugo Rojas, and the ladies of the board, we want to thank you guys for your leadership. All we hear about is successes, good, honest government, that I would like to think parallels ours as well, but I always brag about what we have going on with your school district, the successes and the solid nature of, the students' academic experience, great success. There's no need to go elsewhere. We're ranked real high, and we have a lot of other school districts that we're the envy of, and they look at us because the scores. There's a reason, guys, everyone out there, why our values, the values of our homes are also dependent on the success of our school districts, okay? And, we're like close to $1 million sometimes, 800,000, et cetera, and that's a result of the great work that you guys are doing to educate our students and do a solid job with that. So thank you, gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause.
And I know you have a school board to go to, right? We're meeting also. All right, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
gentlemen.
you. Have a good night. Thanks.
Mayor Pro Tem, you have item 2?
Mayor Pro Tem. All right. Do I have a housing rights center representative? Oh, hi. Okay, as you guys know, April is a housing right nationally, right? In 1968, the Department of Housing and Urban Development and Fair Housing, they established the Housing Rights Center that advocate for the people who cannot advocate for themselves. So April is acknowledged a fair housing month nationwide and encourage all residents of the city of Hawthorne to embrace the principle of freedom, justice, and equity in housing. The City Council of the City of Hawthorne, on behalf of its citizens, here proclaim April 2026 a Fair Housing Month in the City of Hawthorne and encourage all residents to endorse initiatives that promote fair and equitable housing for all. Proclaimed this 24th date of March 2026, signed by all council members and our mayor. So thank you for being in our city, and I know you guys have been here for more than 30 years, advocating for our residents. So it is an honor to give you this proclamation on behalf of the City of Hawthorne and my colleagues.
Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Cristina, and I'm one of the outreach coordinators with the Fair Housing Foundation. So I did want to take this opportunity to thank you all and for the city for showing appreciation for joining us in celebrating Fair Housing Month. Being April, and also acknowledging its importance. I did also want to extend an invitation for everyone to join us for our own Fair Housing celebration. It is a virtual event on April 14th, and I did bring flyers. I'll leave them in the lobby for anyone who's interested, along with some flyers about our services at the Fair Housing Foundation. So we are very proud to represent the city of Hawthorne as its designated fair housing service provider, and we look forward to many more years of working together. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Come join us. Come on. We'll take a picture.
Councilmember Manning, Katrina Manning, please proceed with item 3.
Thank you, Mayor. So last time, and I guess the last couple of council meetings, I've been talking about the short-term rentals and the taxes on that. And so I am asking Deckard Technologies to come up and give us a presentation.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and council members. Dustin Relick, VP of Sales and Government Relations, is here representing Deckard Technologies, our partner in the effort to capture unlicensed short-term rentals. He's here to emphasize the importance of the Rentalscape platform and the report on the progress we've made so far.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor and council members. I've had so many great opportunities over the years. I've been in local government for close to 20 years, so met your city manager several times at different League of Cities events and so forth. And we're very involved with Independent Cities Association. I've had the opportunity to meet Council Member Manning, which was a pleasure as well, in many of the different presentations that I do all over the state and all over the nation about short-term rentals. Deckard Technologies is a San Diego-based company, but we're a technology firm. So what we do is we identify where short-term vacation rentals are, like Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking, you name it, so that then your staff knows where they are. We can do outreach to those individual owners to make sure that they get properly permitted, they're paying all of their proper taxes, and so forth. We data mine about 15.4 million listings on a daily basis, on a global basis, and what we bring to you is the actual address of each one of those short-term vacation rentals, so that then staff can do the enforcement around that and making sure that they're all properly permitted. They engaged us as a partner, which is great, just like several cities throughout the state of California have. We're working with about 125 cities and counties throughout the state at this point in time, and about 500 on a national basis. Here in Hawthorne, we've identified close to 600 listings that have been active over time in Hawthorne. Now, that's not how many are active right now. Presently, we've actually identified close to 150 properties that have over 400 listings that are associated with them. So as you can imagine, people have multiple listings. They want to make sure they're on Airbnb and Vrbo and Booking and several different sites to advertise their local business, which is what they're running from their actual home. And that's why you need to have the proper permitting system in place and making sure that you're collecting the hotel tax that we all know is very important to the general fund at the end of the day, and creating fairness and equity amongst your hotels and everyone that is within the community. We believe that there could be upwards of $5 million worth of host revenue that we've seen over the last year from these short-term rentals. So it could be a very nice windfall for the city, so that you can actually get all of your proper transient occupancy taxes. And with 150, let's say, some odd properties that are active right now, their average daily rates are running $249 a night, or around $250 a night. Realize that many people rent out an entire home, not just a room like a hotel. And this is where people want to stay. This is where people like to vacation. This is where people want to come and stay for sporting events and, all of the different things that we have coming in the future with the Olympics. So I will give some really good credit to your staff for being forward-thinking, with your starting at management level and then down to Chantel. Thank you for all the work that she's done with my team, Braden Reese, in developing and being very thoughtful in the permit registration process that they're designing together, and we've already designed it. It's ready to go. The transient occupancy tax system ready to go, and we're just doing some final touches before we'll probably be going live within the next 30 days is my assumption. So I just wanted to look to her to make sure I'm not speaking out of order there. So we're just working on the payment provider at the very end to get everything set, so the money flows very seamlessly right to your finance department with a nightly reconciliation, so that they don't have any challenges. So if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. I love what I do. I love working with local governments and your staff, and being able to bring that to you. So please feel free to ask any questions.
Got a question. Is it okay? Okay, thank you, sir, for being here. This sounds like a great idea. Everybody has to pay their due, and skirting, fine, permitting fees, TOT taxes is illegal. It's against the law. So we need to make sure everybody's held responsible for that. So thank you. What is the window period that are you about to start executing your program, or have you already started to take a look?
Yeah, so your staff already contracted with us to bring this to your city. We're just doing the final touches on, we developed a registration portal that will go live on your website. Then we'll do a letter campaign out to these owners of properties on behalf of the city to make sure that we drive these owners to get properly registered and then collecting the tax. So we're within, I'm gonna say, between 2 and 4 weeks from going live with the system overall. It's been built, it's been developed with our team and your team together, staff-wise, and so we'll be going live soon.
Mr. City Manager, since when have we had the TOT tax established that we were going to be collecting it? Since when has that been a requirement for these people's owners to pay TOT tax?
It's always been a requirement. We just did not have the bandwidth to track down every short-term rental in the city.
Okay, always has been, so there, obviously it goes back a little bit. So my question to you is, will you be able to look for any people who have skirted these payments in the past?
Yes, definitely. So one of the nice things about it is we started data mining all of California in February of 2020. We had this crazy little thing called COVID that we were working with Riverside County, and they wanted to know what's going on. How can I make sure that people are doing their stay-at-homes and not renting out these properties? And so we developed the ability to look at every single calendar every day and know exactly what's going on these Airbnbs. So we have a very rich data set, and in the state of California, you do have the ability to do some back taxing as well. We'll work with staff on how they want to line that out and work with that, but we have the ability to help your staff to be able to do that. And our system is really set up to be simple and easy, not only on staff side, right, but also on the constituent side or the owner of the property side, because if you keep it simple for them, it'll be easier for them to be compliant.
So my question to you, I know this is could be an uncomfortable question, but I need to ask it. How do you get paid? Is it by a contract? What do you call it?
Yeah, we're a software as a service, so we just have an annual service contract that's with the city. Usually, we see somewhere between a 15 and 30x ROI for the city. We are not taking any of the tax dollars. It's not on a collection basis. It's just a cost of our platform and building out the portal and accepting all those payments. So it's a very small amount for what is created for the local city. We believe in making sure that all the money stays within the cities we serve.
So it's not a per collection?
No,
okay.
no.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Of course.
To the chair. I wanted to ask, how long did it typically take to do something like this? Because as I understand, we signed in October of last year, and so I was hoping to see something today by a report or something, as opposed to you sharing information with us but not having an accurate count of what's going on in our city. So my concern is, where's the information? And you said 2 to 4 more weeks, but I think, was that 5 months so far?
So 2 to 4 weeks is just for the go live of your permit registration and tax system. We've done all the work to identify all of the properties. And if you want to sit with one of your staff members, Chantel has access to that data. If you want to see the data set, I wouldn't want to present it in a public setting because it does have people's addresses and owners and things of that nature. But in a closed door setting, obviously with your staff, staff, definitely take a look at it because they have the data that's in front of them already. We're just in the process of finalizing getting the go live on the portal portion of it. And I think one of the things that delayed it a little bit was the actual payment integration process. So that's the final piece that is being put together right now to finalize things for your city.
So I'm sorry, I'm not a techie.
Yeah.
So what you just said, I have no idea when you say integration,
Sure.
the go live, the portal. Can you be more specific so I understand what you mean? Because you said she already has the data. So if she has the data, the part you're going live on, can you please explain?
What we're going live on is a live portal for all of your short-term vacation rental owners to register that property, make sure they're compliant with what your rules and regulations are, and to go in and pay their taxes. So we've built that with all of the different questions and answers back and forth with your staff to develop exactly how they want those questions to be asked of your local owners. We've developed it. It just needs to go live, and it's right at that finish line at this point in time. When I say integration, what I'm talking about is the integration with a payment provider. So like when we go to the store and we swipe our card, we had to have the right card swiping type of technology in the background on that system, and we're just about there with your staff.
So you're doing two things for us. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So you're identifying. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what those four things are?
So first of all, we data mine every single day so that we're identifying where the short-term vacation rentals are and tying it to the parcel data so you know who the owner of the property is.
Okay.
Number two, we work to go ahead and send out a letter. I like to call, let's look around. Okay, no kids in the room. I like to call my Santa Claus letter, which is, I believe you have a short-term rental at 123 Main Street. And we send a copy of that letter along with a copy of their advertisement saying, we believe you have a short-term rental at this address. We need to make sure that you go onto this site that will be stood up on your city website to register your property. When they register their property, they'll then get approved by your staff for their new permit or whatnot, and then they'll be able to go in and pay their transient occupancy taxes so that then you can have not only a revenue source from the licensing registration of that property and making sure it's compliant, but then also from the transient occupancy side of it as well, tax-wise.
Got another one? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for mentioning
Of
that,
course.
but I'm still gonna just get to dig in a little bit more.
Sure.
So that's the voluntary aspect where we go live and people get to register their properties. There'll be some people who won't register and who will be skirting the process, hoping that they don't get found. So my interest is that whatever you do is going to find those people who haven't, and obviously they're going to be charged the penalty for not registering, getting a permit to begin with, and paying those taxes.
Right.
Are we going to have the ability of doing that, sir?
Yes, absolutely. That's part of the onboarding process that we worked with Chantel and team to make sure that they had all the questions that were asked properly. We developed and actually made the technology software to have the right questions, to be programmed with all of the right penalties and taxes and interest and all of those different things that go into that equation.
And so, Mr. City Attorney, obviously, we're going. Is our city attorney's office ready and poised to be able to go into action with those people who are not compliant?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Through the chair,
Yes, sir.
a quick question for you. So are we going to, because you said you've been collecting data since 2020, right?
Right.
So are we going to ask these people to pay their back taxes, or we just going to give them a pass and say from this day on?
That is a good question, and that's not a question for me. That'll be dependent on how you decide that you want to do it and how your team wishes to do that. Most of the time, we do it going forward with jurisdictions, but I've had counties that have back taxed 3 years. So we have the data available for you if you need it. A lot of times, if you reach out to someone and say, come clean now, and we'll give you a tax holiday for what you've done in the past because we didn't have anything in place. That is a way of looking at it as well, but it's a policy decision, and I don't make policy decisions for you. That would be between your city manager, staff, and city attorney, and at your direction, of course.
And there could be statute of limitations issues.
Yes,
Correct, yeah.
exactly.
And how are you going to evaluate your performance per se after this system is launched?
Yeah, we actually have all kinds of different data that's in the system to be able to show here's where our starting point was, and then on a quarterly basis, we can actually do reports on how things are coming about. So we normally see different types of people that are operating in the space. There's those that want to be compliant. There's those that don't even know there's rules and regulations, so it takes them some time, but once they get that letter and they see their own advertisement, they come into compliance. And then there are those that want to, skirt the rules. It's a very small number of people that want to skirt the rules. It's usually less than 5%, and those do become the issues where, unfortunately, the city attorney may have to get involved, or code enforcement, or someone to be able to send out, a letter to them and make them do what you need them to do. So, but for the most part, in our experience, we have seen people that don't know that there was a rule, don't know they were supposed to do something, and then once they're made aware, they do the right thing.
And the other thing that I recall when we were discussing how to come up with the short-term policy and permits, there was conversation about short-term, like say a week, 2 weeks, even 1 month. Is that going to be part of that system?
Yes, and it's actually, it can be changed. That's part of our coding in the system. Okay. We have it as 30 days or less for you, which is your standard rule. Yeah. And actually, it's kind of a standard rule for all 482 cities of California. Some cities do change that over time, so we have the ability to change that coding very easily. So if you become like a Palm Desert, where their rule is 26 days and less is a short-term rental, we can always make those modifications in the system when staff wants us to. Yeah,
thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
To the chair.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for the presentation. I have more questions around the operations of the business. I'm not too much of a fan of AI, which I understand your company is AI-driven. Having said that, are you a 24/7 business?
We are, yeah.
Okay.
And to speak to AI, we're not doing just AI. What we're doing is we're scraping the sites. So we're looking at Airbnb, we're looking at Vrbo Expedia Group, and we're touching their site and pulling down information off of it. So there is a little bit of artificial intelligence, but that artificial intelligence is the fact that what we're doing is we're also bringing down Redfin and Realtor and Zillow ads, and we're using pictometry and artificial intelligence to say, wow, that duck on the wall on a picture in the family room looks, on the Zillow, looks just like this one on this Airbnb. And then we serve that up to a human. We have 84 full-time employees that are data analysts that then look at it, verify it, that it is the right property, look at Google Street Views, aerial views, and so forth to actually pinpoint where that property is, tie it to the parcel data. So using AI is just one thing that we do, but that AI is just being able to match things up so that we can serve it up to a human, because we want to make sure that everything is accurate, and AI is not always accurate.
Right. So having said that, what is your business doing physically to assure that you're capturing all those that have yet to register versus relying on all the websites that you just made mentioned and cross-checking those and then assuming that they have an Airbnb and contacting them? I mean, there's hits and misses, right? And you're not going to always be right. So if I get a letter saying, I understand you have an Airbnb,
right?
I would be very, very upset, one. Let me just explain.
Okay.
In the city here, we have hired outside vendors to do collections for us, and we all are aware of this, businesses. And they went back, I don't know, 10 years to collect off businesses. Okay. It was a total mess. And what I found was the collection agency was the rudest agency that came across to our constituency and our businesses. and we were constantly being asked to look at the business, right?
Gotcha.
So we have something similar now coming in, and we don't know anything about you, right?
Sure.
Ultimately, we broke ties with this contract, and we decided as a council to break down not collections of 10 years, but make it sensible for the business, because the businesses are the ones that are suffering,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
So I wouldn't be for, I'll just say it, I wouldn't be for collecting from 3 years ago,
Sure.
okay? But I would want to know the operations portion of it, more importantly, how you're going to be managing calls from constituents, right? Businesses that have these Airbnbs. And I'm assuming those that stay at the Airbnb also would contact you? No?
No, not
Okay.
at all. So a person coming to stay at a Airbnb is simply someone that's like renting a hotel room.
Right.
Right? And we don't ever reach out to people who have stayed in a hotel room because there's privacy of information, right? So you're not even going to know whoever stayed at a property. But at the time that they stay there, there's tax that's collected by the Airbnb or the Verbo owner or property manager, and they're just remitting it through to the city like they're supposed to. Now, we do not go out and do hardcore collections or anything of that sort. We're simply an arm of the city doing at the direction of the city what your staff would like us to do. So if they say, don't send letters, we don't send letters. If they say, hey, back off on that, no problem. We're not a collection agency. We're in it to be friendly to the community, to make them aware, because the community just needs to be aware that these rules are in place so that it protects people that do come to stay at a property, making sure that maybe there's smoke detectors, CO sensors, fire extinguishers at that home. All of these different things are things that we're making sure that we're creating safety in the community, and that's the key. At the end of the day, we don't want party houses. We don't want to disturb neighborhoods. We don't want too much parking being taken up. We don't want people to be overflowing trash because they came in to party for the weekend. We want to have a thriving community where the short-term vacation rentals operating as a hotel are actually being treated fairly as the neighborhood is as well. And we want to make sure that you have good neighbors that these Airbnbs are operating as.
Okay, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
My other questions are, I just lost my train of thought. Are you a call center?
We do have a call center. So
Where you located?
Yeah, we're in Riverside County is where the call center is located.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's local.
And when you identify yourself, how do you identify yourself?
It depends on how the city works with us in doing that, but we either Decker Technologies or we would represent ourselves as the city if it's coming in from a city call that's off of one of the phone calls for the region. You would have, if you have a call center that's set up with us, we would just go ahead and have that number coming in, and that number would be associated with any of those calls that are coming in, and we would know it's coming from a Hawthorne resident because of the phone number on the caller ID that's coming in.
Right, so if you're not a collection agency, what are you? What are you calling? What are you calling yourselves?
I'm a SaaS platform, so that's software as a service to be able to provide data and a service for the city and the community.
No, I get that, but if you're communicating, right? If you're communicating with businesses, these Airbnb property owners of Airbnbs.
Normally, it's just via a letter. There's not much interaction. This sounds like it's a lot of lifting. It's not a lot of lifting. It's sending letters on behalf of the city that are signed off by your staff and your city attorney, and making sure that we're getting people to become compliant. This is not a strong arm type of situation.
Okay.
Yeah, at all.
So you could understand our questions
Sure,
because
absolutely.
of experiences we've had in the past.
Absolutely, and I'm with you on that. I would hate to have that, so we do not do that.
So who else do you provide services to? What other cities, communities do you provide
I
services
can
to?
give you a list offline. Off the top of my head right now, I mean, we're working with Manhattan Beach and Newport Beach and Huntington Beach, and probably about 25 in southern, just the LA vicinity, all of San Bernardino County, Riverside County, all the Coachella Valley, over 125 jurisdictions in California alone.
Okay.
So,
And you will be the one, the government liaison, to be working with our office here?
yeah, I work with you, and then I also have a gentleman by the name of Josh Rourke on my team that he actually works directly with your staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. But
Thank you.
I really appreciate your feedback, and I do understand the concerns from my colleague. She is correct that we did have an issue with the previous group that was identified, people who were just had not applied for a business permit or hadn't paid their, their taxes.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But ignorance is not an excuse to do your civic duty if you have a business, to pay your tax and to obtain a permit. And many of these people who were identified in the past, they were not in compliance. They hadn't paid their business taxes. So, I mean, that's a fact that can't be eliminated. It's the manner in which those individuals were contacting them. They were rude, they were aggressive, and
We don't do that. So.
it was I believe it was a per collection type of setup.
Yeah.
So they had right. It makes sense. They had a reason to kind of go after these people, and so.
Right.
From what I sense, I don't see that in this instance, but definitely would love to talk about this and determine our approach.
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and your staff's doing a great job to get to that finish line and go live date. So excited to provide our services to your city. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
When is the live date?
Somewhere in the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
For sure.
Councilmember Manning.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to take this moment to recognize our media group. If you all could come forward. I want to make it very clear that I did this out of my own pocket, from the bottom of my heart, to say I appreciate all the work you guys have been doing. And I know that you guys got recognized in the past, but I wanted to recognize you myself personally. So I'm going to read this certificate of recognition. Give me a second. All right. This is a certificate of recognition to the media division staff. On behalf of myself, Councilwoman Katrina Manning, this certificate proudly presents in recognition of your outstanding contributions to elevating the city's visibility through consistency, high-quality social media engagement, strategic storytelling, and real-time communication. We commend your exceptional coverage of capital improvement projects, ensuring that the community remains informed on critical infrastructure improvements and long-term investments that shape the future of our city. It's kind of long, so sorry. But give me a second. I'll be done before 10 minutes, Mayor. We acknowledge our your outstanding promotion and documentation of our ribbon cuttings, our ceremonies, showcasing new businesses, economic growth, and key city milestones that reflect continued progress in our city. We applaud your efforts in supporting local businesses through impactful campaigns such as Restaurant Week, which was so successful, driving foot traffic, increasing visibility, and strengthening community participation. Your work has captured the city's progress in real time, strengthened the city's bandwidth, and fostered a deeper sense of community pride and connection amongst our residents. We further recognize your commitment to transparency, by keeping residents informed, engaged, and connected to essential city services and initiative. Your dedication to innovation in digital communication and community engagement continues to set high standards of excellence and impact across the city of Hawthorne. As your councilwoman, I extend my sincere appreciation to your dedication, creativity, and excellence. Your work builds trust, strengthens transparency, and brings our community together. I am proud to recognize and celebrate each of you for the incredible impact you make every day. And I also want to say thank you for always making me look good when we are taking pictures. Thank you guys so much. If you can come.
Sure. It's your thing. It's ours. Councilwoman Katrina Manning, thank you for recognizing them. They do a great job. I do concur with you. So on my part, I really congratulate you guys as well.
Thank you.
Job well done. Thank you.
Go ahead. Big thing.
To the chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me also just recognize all the hard work that you guys do. I mean, you're everywhere. I mean, I see you on Spectrum News. I see you on Art Cable 22, Channel 3. I mean, you're getting around, and and you're providing great exposure. And there's a lot of feedback that comes through in social media. So, thank you for all that you do, and it's well earned to be recognized. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, folks. Oh, okay, I just want to make sure you're ready to go. Madam Clerk, the guidelines for oral communications for public comments.
Pursuant to Government Code Section 54954.3, all remarks should be addressed to the City Council as a body and not to any individual council member. During public comments, speakers shall have 3 minutes to state their business. The Brown Act prohibits the City Council from providing a detailed response or acting upon any items not contained on the agenda. The governing bodies as a body shall have the discretion at the close of public comments to refer any remarks to the city manager for study, investigation, report, and/or recommendation.
Wendy Rodriguez. And, well, how long does everybody have for this? 3 minutes? Is it 3 minutes? Okay. 3 minutes per speaker. Wendy Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wendy. Since moving to Hawthorne in 2013, my family and I have experienced ongoing and escalating safety issues related to homelessness activity near our home. Over the years, we've had to call the police and fire department numerous times due to incidents involving drug use, strong chemical or drug odor, fires, and reports of women being assaulted next to our house. These events have made it extremely difficult for us to feel safe in our own neighborhood. My daughters have had to call the fire department on several occasions and have even evacuated our home because of heavy smoke and chemical smells coming from fires started in nearby encampments. To protect our health, I have purchased air purifiers to help filter the smoke and drug odors that frequently drift into our home. I'm the one that's right next to the freeway on Pomona and Imperial. I'm the last house to the freeway. We also have 2 pets, and at times the level of uncertainty and fear, especially with reoccurring fires, has been overwhelming for us. One particularly traumatic incident involved me being chased by a homeless individual suffering from severe mental distress, 5150, who was armed with a knife. I managed to escape and immediately call the police. Unfortunately, this is only one example of many incidents we have experienced. If you review the police records for this area, I am confident you will see a long history of calls made from our household and surrounding neighbors. In January 2026, I opened a ticket with Caltrans regarding a heavily populated homeless encampment near our home. Although they closed the ticket, claimed the issue had been resolved, no Caltrans personnel ever came to the site. In contrast, Councilwoman Faye Johnson and Officer Espinosa acted quickly and effectively to support a coordinated and humane evacuation of the encampment. I want to acknowledge and thank them for the outstanding job they did. Their responses with thorough compassion and truly made a difference for that community. Despite this, the encampment activity continues to return, largely due to the repeated breaches in the gate located at Formona and Inglewood Boulevard. Imperial Highway. This gate is frequently cut open, and as of the last house next to the freeway, the 105 East, my husband and I have repeatedly purchased materials to secure ourselves the gate. Unfortunately, whatever repairs we make are quickly destroyed. I recently drove by the gate on 111th and Osage and observed a much stronger double reinforced gate that has successfully prevented encampment activity in that area. I am respectfully requesting that the same type of reinforced double gate system be installed at the Formona Imperial Highway area. This improvement would greatly increase safety for our street, help reduce illegal access, and prevent recurring hazardous encampments near our homes. I'm sincerely asking for your support in addressing this ongoing public safety concern. Your assistance in securing a stronger gate would greatly improve the quality of life and peace of mind for the families living in our street. Thank you very much for your time, attention, and support. I hope that together we can make our neighborhood safe and for everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Real super quick, I can't respond to you, ma'am, if you could take a seat. This is the California State Department of Transportation. This is a state body. I know the residents coming to us, but can you also provide her with her state assembly member and her state senator's contact information so they can try to do a permanent solution to what she's experiencing? Because we're just trying to patch things up on behalf of the state, and that's really their responsibility. Full on state.
I'd be happy to do that for you,
Full on state.
for the council.
But we'll still do, go ahead, sir.
If we can get our contact information, I'm very familiar with the property and the situation there. The city has repaired the gate, Caltrans gate several times with no success, as she mentioned, that it's been damaged every time it's been repaired, and I do apologize for that. The city attorney, if you allow us to have your contact information, we'll forward you that information, and we'll do everything within our bandwidth to help you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next person is Kyle Patterson. California's Department of Transportation.
It's Caltrans.
Yeah, the Department of Transportation of California, yeah.
Good evening, council members, Mr. Mayor, public. My name is Kyle Patterson. I'm a representative with the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters. And we're here today because I just want to make you all aware of there is an underground economy to construction. A lot of times, folks are being exploited. There's cash pay taking place, wage theft. All of these things happen in the construction industry. Construction tax fraud is stealing from the future of our roads, bridges, and public transit. Billions of dollars meant for infrastructure projects are lost every year because of dishonest, cheating contractors. This April 6th through the 18th, the Western States Carpenters and Local 323 were taking action and taking a stand. While hardworking taxpayers wait for potholes to be fixed and highways to be repaired, corporate corrupt businesses are pocketing money that should be going to these critical infrastructure projects. Strong infrastructure requires fair labor and honest business. It's time for tax fraud to stop and ensure that our roads, bridges, and transit systems are built the right way. The future belongs to those who build it, and it must be built without tax fraud. I just wanted to make you all aware of that. We run into situations all the time on job sites where workers are in fear, because they're being taken advantage of I heard you mention earlier in your during the presentation about contractors aren't paying their businesses aren't paying their taxes. Well, we're losing out on those dollars, and when you all aren't getting the taxes, and folks aren't paying their fair share, taxes go up for other folks that are working. So we just want to make sure that we bring that awareness to you all, and thank you again for your support.
Thank you, sir. Pat Donaldson, please.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, Mayor Pro Tem, everyone in the audience. Patricia Donaldson, President CEO of the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce. I just want to make mention that on May 14th, we're having our Business and Restaurant Expo, and it's doing really good. I mean, we're getting businesses left and right, and restaurants too. So that's going to be May 14th at the Hawthorne Memorial Center from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then April 15th, we're going to have our networking and mixer at the Pizza Show from 11:30 a.m. to 12:45. And last week, we had our mixer networking at the Hummus House, and it was packed. I mean, just packed. So we're changing it from the evenings now to the afternoons because more people come. So I want to thank everyone for being there, and hopefully at this, for a pizza show, everyone will be able to show up. And the other thing that I'd like to mention is that my granddaughter has my great-grandbaby has a car seat. And to find out, because she kept getting out of the car seat, we came to the police department, and Pedro is the one who helped my granddaughter and told her what kind of a car seat to get, because the one she got was recalled. So I really thank him. He was so polite and helped her so much, and I really appreciate it. There's nothing like Hawthorne PD. I've been around with cities, and my husband's a retired police detective, and believe me, Hawthorne's the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Diamond Daniel, please. Diamond Daniel?
It's Diamond. Like a
Diamond?
ring.
Oh, okay.
Hello, greetings.
Sorry about that.
I'm
I mean,
nervous. Hold on.
You know,
notes.
okay.
Hi, I'm Diamond Daniel. I have been a resident of Hawthorne all my life. I went to school here. My son went to school here. I've been an employee of Hawthorne School District as a campus aide. I'm the CEO of a nonprofit called Pieces Together Family Foundation. Our mission statement is to provide a safe space for individuals experiencing autism spectrum disorder through family relationships, advocacy, and outreach. I started this program, this nonprofit, in honor of my son. He's 19, he's on the autism spectrum. And I wanted to introduce myself to the city because I would love to hold my events. I live right across the street from Hawthorne Memorial Park in the Hawthorne Terrace Apartments. And April is Autism Acceptance Month, and I would like to hold a community event, and I was looking through the permit, and it's a bunch of fees, so in order to have fun, I need some funding. So I'm trying to build community, so I just wanted to know if the city or anyone on the council, if there's anything that you guys have that helps community organizations that are trying to put on events and just trying to build, because children on the autism spectrum, they're very underrepresented, and they need a space to flourish. That's it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else wishing to address the city council? Form a line, please. Okay, I count two people. All right, go ahead, sir.
Good evening. My name is Osmani Lafari, and on behalf of the North Hawthorne Community Association, we want to say a huge thank you to all of the amazing neighbors throughout the community. We had an incredible turnout this past Saturday at our Easter egg hunt. We had an incredible turnout with hundreds of kids, gave out thousands of eggs to our community. We even had out dozens of raffles, filled out baskets filled with eggs, and even had an amazing McDonald's sponsored Happy Meal giveaway to everybody that came out and participated. And yeah, it was amazing seeing so many families come together this past Saturday, even in the heat, really just coming together, showing the definition of community and just having an amazing time with one another. A big shout out to our amazing sponsors again, McDonald's, Republic Services, Mattel, and unified financial credit. And also a huge shout out to Mo Awadala, who put on that big furry Easter bunny outfit in that amazing hair, and it's just incredible that he didn't pass out. So thank you to Mo again. And then a huge special token of appreciation to both Faye Johnson and City Manager Vaughn Norris for their continued support of North Hawthorne. That's really the type of community support that we look forward to. And again, a huge thank you. And we look forward to seeing everyone at our next event. We will be releasing more information on that soon. You can find us on northhawthorne.com or on Instagram at North Hawthorne Neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker.
Good evening, everyone. A couple of things very quickly. I'd like to say thank you, first of all, for everybody who got involved in taking the flyers that I brought in at the last meeting and getting copies of them made and put out on the table. They all address different veteran issues. So the flyers are on the table out there if anybody needs any of that information. And then the next thing is that, every year, Vietnam Veterans of America South Bay Chapter 53 has a scholarship program, and we give out 5 $1,200 cash scholarships. So that program is going on again right now. The deadline is coming up. So the entries have to be received by Sunday, April 5th at 11:59 p.m. There's information available here if anyone wants to copy it. I'm going to be submitting this to the city as well, and hopefully they can get it on the city website quickly. It's eligible for any of the high school seniors at any of the South Bay high schools. Each of the school's guidance counselors already has this information. So if you have a student who's a senior in high school and they would like to apply for this scholarship, the information is with your guidance counselors, or you can contact us directly. And then the last thing that I wanted to bring up is that, give me a second, there is going to be a large housing specialty open house that will be on April 8th. It's for housing our veterans. It will be held at Bob Hope Patriotic Hall, and there will be quite a few people there who will be able to accommodate anybody who's a veteran who's in need of housing. You'll have access to HUD-VASH vouchers and other services there. And again, I will forward this to the appropriate authorities and hope that they can get it up on the city website. But that will be April 8th at Bob Hope Patriotic Hall, and it will go, trying to see if there's hours here. They are requesting reservations. So the information hopefully will be on the city website shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, please.
Good evening, Ruben Sanchez from North Hawthorne Community Association. I wanted to bring up the subject, and I know they were talking about Airbnbs being taxed or looked for, and right now what we're having an issue with is like these non-permitted pop-ups. I don't know if you've heard of those, but there's a lot of them that are having like these pop-up things where they just come out and sell drinks and clothing or some sort of services, either from their home or certain areas or businesses, and they're not permitted. There's a lot of people who are selling drinks from their own homes, part of the pop-up issue that we're having. So how are we going to be looking at like bringing in a Jamba Juice when you have these individuals selling with no permits in our city? And so we have to address these issues. We want to know what's the enforcement behind that, because code enforcement is just it's like probably like 5 individuals. They can't do everything. So we have to start working on enforcement on what's going on in the streets when it comes to the business. What are we going to be doing with the illegal vending that's going on? The vendors that are out there with no permits as well. Right now we're already in full-blown spring, and you're going to see them a lot. Why? Because the nights are longer. The nights are what do you call it? Evening. Yeah, thank you. It gets late pretty early. I mean late. Ugh. Anyways, so we need to start focusing on what's going on with the unpermitted vendors that are out there. Find a way where we can find enforcement. We need a group of people who could be out there calling it in or so, because the 311 app doesn't really work. There's just open cases. You got hundreds of open cases from all over. That's the reports we receive from a lot of the residents out there. So we can start from there, kind of work ourselves up, and make sure that our businesses that are coming in know that they're not going to be competing against people who have no permits to be selling on our streets. All right, thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker.
Hi, my name is Vincent Littlejohn, and I was here, maybe 6 months ago, and I spoke to you about two separate police attacks, and the last one, my car was absolutely destroyed. Well, I have a video. Well, I shot 3 videos. Well, one before the attack, where I was sitting at a light waiting here, and I started recording when I saw the cruiser looking at me, and he rolled out. He got behind me and yelled out for me to pull over. I had done absolutely nothing wrong, and I pulled over to the Connecticut parking lot where there were probably already 4 cruisers that had nothing to do with what he was saying. So I pulled over there, and I rolled down my window, and he stuck his arm through my window and tried to open the door. And I said, "Man, you're scaring me." I said, well, I had already been hit several times. Well, the one occasion before, as I said, and they hit me in the head 5 times and fractured my ribs. So I started to record because of that reason, and I didn't even raise my phone up. And so when I pulled over there and he stuck his arm in the window, I said, "Man, you're scaring the shit out of me." I said, "I'm going home where it's safe." And I said, "I'm calling my friend right now." I said, "Because you're scaring me." And he went back to his car. I rolled up my window and I drove away slowly. I didn't go, I got out of the parking lot, driving maybe 5 miles an hour, and all of them got behind me, and I didn't make it past the Hawthorne Mall. And my car, well, I didn't know it when it happened, but when I picked it up, it was absolutely unmovable. I know it was shot at, but it's $34,000 worth of damage, and I had to drag it out of the tow yard after I paid for it in the tow yard. And I haven't driven it since. And he took me to jail. He accused me of being under the influence. I haven't had a drink in 8 years. And he took like 7 or 8 vials of blood. And of course, it came back negative. But I have one of those 3 videos I'd like for you to listen to. And you could see it if you like, but it'll give you a very clear picture of how scared I was. I mean, because they were shooting at and they were surrounding the car, but I was scared. And my first job was working here at the pool in Hawthorne, and my entire career in California is typing, and I have never stopped. And well, I have a bite mark here on my right hand where 7 years ago I was attacked in San Bernardino, and one of them bit me. There were 6 of them, and when they dropped me off at the hospital, they left, and I ran out of gas on the freeway. That's what happened, and I was on the overpass with a gas can, and I turned around and there were a bunch of police, and they said, "Hey, come here," and I said, "I'm not doing anything." And well, I listened to them, and I got on the ground with my knees down and put my hands behind my back. They grabbed my arm and pulled it behind my head, and well, when they dropped me off, one of them bit me.
Can you finish? Your time is up, but
Sure,
can you finish real
but
quick?
I have a video I'd like for you to see if you would like to see it.
We don't. It had to be in a different situation.
Different
not right now.
format?
Yeah.
Well, if I put it on a CD and drop it off with the complaint, I'll drop it off and.
You're free to deliver anything you want to.
My car, I'd like replaced.
To the city clerk's office, and she'll get
Okay.
it to us, right?
All right, this is Vincent Littlejohn. You got to take care.
Thank you, sir.
Very traumatized.
All right. If there's anybody else wishing to speak, or is that it? Okay. Oral communication, public comment is closed, so ordered. Madam Clerk, you have a consent calendar, please?
Mr. Mayor, I have 4 items on the city clerk's consent calendar, items 5 through 8 for your consideration and approval. Item 5, the Finance Department requests approval of the warrants. Item 6, approval of the minutes for the regular city council meeting of March 10, 2026. Item 7, approval of waiver of full readings of resolutions and ordinances on Tuesday, March 24, 2026 agenda. Item 8, resolution number 8591, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, approving a 3rd amendment to the professional services agreement with City Guard, Inc. for adoption.
I'll move.
Second. Please vote, everyone.
The votes are in. Voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
There are no ordinances at this time, so we'll move on to the bids. Ma'am, go ahead.
Now is the time and place to declare publicly received sealed bids for the Moneta Garden Improvement Project, project number 22-08. There was one bid received. This was accompanied by a bidder's bond. The price is as follows. Palp Inc., DBA Excel Paving, $6,598,760. Yep, and that is it, of Long Beach, California.
I move to refer to staff for study and recommendation.
Second.
We'll give it to Councilwoman Angie Reyes English. Please vote.
The votes are in. Vote reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Okay, let's take a quick look here. We have the city manager's consent calendar. Ma'am, please.
Item 10, annual progress reports for the general plan and housing element for 2025. Item 11, housing successor agency report for fiscal year ending 2024-2025. Item 12, approval of a grant agreement with the California Department of Transportation, Caltrans, for the Clean California Local Grant Program. Item 13, voluntary transient occupancy tax agreement between the City of Hawthorne and Airbnb Incorporated. Item 14, award of water system operations and maintenance agreement to Water Workforce and authorization for the city manager to negotiate and execute agreement. Item 15, First Amendment to the consultant agreement for labor compliance monitoring service, First Amendment between the City of Hawthorne City and LDM Associates Incorporated consultant. Item 16, Hawthorne Housing Rehabilitation 2026, Phase 2, City Project 26-11, out to bid. Item 17, progress payment number 12 in the amount of $796,124.92 due to PNC Incorporated of Los Alamitos, California for City of Hawthorne New Senior Project, project number 24-03. Mr. Mayor, that concludes the city manager's consent calendar. May I have a motion to approve items 10 through 17?
Point of information for our city manager. Do you have presentations prepared that you would like to deliver for item 10 and 11? Are there presentations that you have ready for that?
I don't have a visual presentation, but staff is prepared to answer questions
Okay,
regarding all items on the consent calendar.
Okay, so there's not like a report or anything. Okay, go ahead. I'm not going to call for anything out of order. Go ahead.
To the chair.
Yes.
I'd like to pull 12 item for discussion, please.
Item 12?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion on item 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
So move.
Please.
Second.
Okay. Please vote. Let's refresh this thing. And
The votes are in. Vote reflects mayor and council voting yes.
discussion on item 12. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to make mention, since this is a grant, from what I understand, that the city's going to be receiving. We had a speaker here that wanted to talk about enforcing gates and things that might help deter some of the activity that's happening in her area. Having said that, is it possible to use some of this grant money to do that? But at the same time, I want to understand, if it's Caltrans property, they should be able to do that. If it's county, because I know oftentimes we get a lot of messages for gates and locks and chains and things to be cleaned, and it's not even in our city. It's not even our responsibility. It falls with LA County or it falls with Caltrans. So I just want to understand number 12, item number 12, which is the approval of the grant agreement with the Department of Caltrans for the Clean California. They need to clean their property. Yeah.
In good spirit, I do understand that, but this grant is restricted to parks and open space. But what we can do, I can work with Public Works to see what we can do regarding some of our issues that we have with our retaining fences that do not belong to the city.
Right. Okay, I appreciate that. I can make a motion.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
I was going to say something about your.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking about the fence that's on 119th and Van Ness. Same issue. I think I've called Vaughn a couple of times where they've gone and broke the fence and cut the whatever that board is.
The Votes are in.
Sorry.
The
Quick
vote
response
reflects Mayor
right
and
after
Council
the-
voting yes.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Continue, please.
So I was just wondering, like, when you reach out to them, can you also include that area as well?
Okay, what I can do, if the mayor and city council is okay with this, we'll do assessment of all the call-out gates that have been damaged. We'll create a list. We'll schedule a meeting with Caltrans and discuss to see if there's any solutions regarding reinforcing these fences with a larger gauge wire fencing, or if we can obtain any type of iron fencing. So we will sit down with Caltrans to see if that's a possibility or not.
Thank you.
Brief comment towards my colleagues' comments. The only reason people are there in those areas is because there's all this shrubbery for them to be able to set up homes, set up house.
The
If that
encampments.
shrubbery wasn't there, it wouldn't be a comfortable place for them to be. Nobody should be there. You got people walking along the freeway to get to these spots, and it's a danger. One of these days, somebody's gonna hit them, and then who's the bad guy? The person that actually hit somebody that's walking along the freeway that didn't see him? Or something crazy, right? It could be you, me, anybody here. So I think there's a bigger conversation to be had.
I have to say that there was a fire right there on 119th, and it was like right after the fires out in Altadena. So I panicked because I know how fast fires spread, and it was an encampment.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a comment? Because it's not agendized. Quick comment?
I mean, it's agendized, it's a Caltrans matter, right? All I'm asking is.
No, go ahead, just finish your comment.
All I was asking, and I think Vaughn already got it, I don't want to be redundant. Pretty much if we could just evaluate what the person that came and spoke on, if it's Caltrans property, coordinate efforts to assist in fixing that. If it's not, give it to the agency that it belongs to. And I know that that particular agency oftentimes relies on us to fix it and then says, bill us, right? I want to know how much of that we've been doing, but that's another agendized item I'll do.
Thank
Never
you,
mind.
colleagues.
Thank you.
There are no items on the city attorney's consent calendar. We do
So,
have,
wait, don't we need to approve that now?
I thought we did vote for it, no?
She did.
I made a motion.
Yeah, we did.
And second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody was just clarifying, just finish up the comments they would have had. There are no items on the city attorney's consent calendar, but we have two discussion items. Mayor Pro Tem, please proceed with item 18.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The last meeting, I called for the staff to bring us the list of agencies that we provide stipend. But in the light that Councilwoman Faith Johnson is not here, I would recommend for us to postpone until all 5 of us are here, so we don't need to go back and rehash again and again and again. So I would recommend for us to bring it to the next meeting.
I'm going to agree to that, but I'm going to just say something right now, though, that when we do bring it back, regardless if we would have done it today or then, my approach is definitely to find out, I wouldn't deny any of my council colleagues the opportunity to be able to put a group here on this list. But I think there might be a couple of these that clearly are not Hawthorne-based and clearly are not benefiting a couple, one or two, barely. And so I just think if we pay attention to it and approach it just very delicately,
So
it'll be good.
Yeah, what I would recommend is if you have any names you want to put on this list, just email that to our city attorney or to Vaughn. And then, because, for example, I agree with you because there is some other people here that I'm going to recommend to remove, but I don't want to do it tonight because I want all 5 of us to be here.
Yeah, I think for the most part, but there might be one or two. Okay, so we'll move on to item 19, which is actually putting on groups on this list. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, so last council meeting, I wanted to put them on the list, but I was told to bring it back this time. So I am asking my colleagues to add, if I could add Sanctuary of Hope and Ramona Elementary School PTA Board.
Okay. I'll second that. Can we please vote for that? Accordingly, however you want to vote. Please vote. Ma'am?
The votes are in. Voting reflects Mayor and Council voting yes.
Item 20 is Councilmember Reyes English. Please proceed with item 20. There's a 20 for you.
To the chair, I just wanted to speak a little bit on item 19, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead, comment.
I think this is important, the list, the running list that we have of organizations that we provide stipends to. It's, discretion stipends, I should say. We need to continuously bring this item back yearly.
Yeah.
It needs to be like a constant work product that we are constantly bringing back to the agenda yearly. And so like July to July, or however you want to do it, January, because we want to give away stipends before July, right? Because it's a new fiscal year. So to be fair, maybe January, because we're putting on organizations and we're taking them off, right? There's a couple from Mayor Pro Tem Montero mentioned that haven't been active, right? And so maybe we need to remove those. But we also were given a spreadsheet, an Excel sheet. And some of the reasons that some have not been active, Vaughn, is because they were they partnered with the community aid, Hawthorne Community Services. Does that make sense? So yeah, so we want to just make sure that we make some notes on these and then return them back to Vaughn, but maybe bring the list, this Excel sheet back with some of the organizations that we ultimately, we compressed them and put them into one instead of having duplicate. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, that's it.
I concur with your comments. And as we saw today, we had one of our council colleagues that felt strongly about these two groups, and definitely love to support her. And continuously, we could still bring back recommendations to put on in the manner and process in which you did today. So thank you.
Yeah, and I don't know how Sanctuary of Hope didn't get on there. They've been with us for a long time.
Councilmember Reyes English, I just want to confirm. It's my understanding we usually do this in July, at the beginning of the fiscal year.
Okay.
You mentioned January. I would probably recommend July, the fiscal year.
Keep it as is.
I wanted to say July because I know that's our fiscal, end and then start.
Mm-hmm.
But, if we have, say, organizations that are starting before our fiscal year, I was thinking of like present, like January, February, March, April, you know what I mean? If we have anything to give, stipends to give, but okay, July's fine.
Well, I mean, just respectfully, I don't mean to counter what you're saying, Councilwoman Reyes English, but just like today, anybody's free to, at any moment in time, adds anybody.
Yeah.
I've indicated that as well in the past. So
Yeah.
you could always bring it up as a discussion item, as Councilmember Manning is doing so. It was seconded, it was approved. But generally, if things don't come up, we'll make sure to bring it up at least every July, if that's okay.
Yeah, and in the spirit, I would just ideally, hopefully, everybody supports
Yeah.
the stuff, for everybody. You have 20, item 20?
Yes, thank you, Mary. So item 20 is the non-city owned, underutilized parking areas in the city. For residents that don't know, there are buildings that are owned privately that have parking available. And I'm looking at some of those entities as to why they're sitting locked and why they're not being utilized either with their business that they own for their employees and or partnering with the city to provide available parking, public parking. I say this because there was a presentation at our last council meeting from, I think it was planning. We had a great presentation and they spoke on a number of things, which included parking challenges, other ways of maybe looking for parking. And so my thought was to bring this item for further discussion and to recognize or to identify buildings that are available in our city that are not being utilized for parking through or by the owner of that said building. Does that make sense?
Are you saying you want to reach out to them to ask them we can use their parking?
Yeah, well, not necessarily to use their parking, because we have a situation like right now across the street over by the Marriott. There's an available building that's owned, privately owned, and that building is locked up and it's never been open. But there's homeless living in there, there's been a person found dead in there, and that's their personal property, right? So there's a problem going on there. So I wanted to ask the city, in contacting this particular person and having a discussion with them as to why this parking is not open, and if there's possibly a way for us to have a discussion on him opening it up to public parking. And at the same time, this particular owner, I don't want to say it over the channel because it'll go out into everybody's home and they're going to think I'm attacking them. You know how it is. But there's a business that's next to the Marriott that doesn't use their parking. It's always gated, it's locked. And instead, these folks are utilizing the Marriott parking, which I think is not fair. You know, the Marriott has 2 properties, and that's there for their visitors and those that are coming to use the Marriott, you know, get a room at the Marriott and have parking. There should never be a situation where other businesses along a strip is taking advantage of the Marriott's parking lot to not open up their parking lot. That's all I'm saying.
To the chair.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
City Attorney, can we do that to somebody private, his private property? I mean,
You can only,
I just said talk.
you can only ask, you can't force them, but to be a good neighbor, that's an ask that can be asked.
Thank you.
So on my end, a comment. I kind of I really do like that idea, but if in initial conversation, if they so choose not to, we can't force them because it's their property. But can we say if they don't want to cooperate or help out and just open it up for their own customers? Isn't there any type of codes or anything that we could enforce to say, hey, you guys have available parking that's been assigned to you for all your clientele, and there's an overflow proven that we can prove that they're over here parking, like she said, at the Marriott. Hey man, you got to do something, or else I don't want to take action. I want to be a good neighbor and everything, but we want to give people an opportunity to think about it. What do you think, Mr. City Attorney?
Well, there could be some specific land use codes that do require it. I'd have to double check. I think, I don't want to put the burden on our planning department, but we can double check that any conditions of approval, any development agreements that were agreed upon determining the number of parking were utilized, but I can look into that, short answer.
To the chair. Maybe we could ask the hotel to give maybe a sticker to their clients that they can put in the window, and then maybe code enforcement can go and check, and if they don't have the sticker in their window, then they don't belong. I don't know.
Property,
Private property. Mr. City Attorney, can you just address that issue?
I think it's important. I think it'll be helpful if I can get input from all the council. I can do some further research as to what can and cannot be done. There are some limitations, but I think we can be creative and maybe come up with something.
Okay, so again, I'm bringing this up for the sole reason of the presentation that was provided to the council by planning and our technicians, engineers, telling us of what's coming, right?
Yeah.
2028's coming, FIFA's coming, we know they're in desperate need of parking, they're in desperate need of parking locations, you know, transportation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we made talk about, there was discussion about this particular building, and they're, you know, looking in the city to see what else might be available, right? Well, I want to see if we could have a conversation with these individuals that own properties that have parking availability, but they're not open, they're locked, okay? Maybe they purchased it and they had no intentions of making it a parking lot, but you can't sit there for years with this either, right? So we're right now in a situation where we have a lot of that. We don't know where the business owners are at, the buildings are boarded up, etc. So I want us to reach out to any business that has the potential of providing parking and have a discussion. And I'm not trying to use leverage, but we do have code enforcement that addresses nuisance. So
actually think that's a good idea. I don't see any problem with coming up with a list of structures and underutilized parking and identifying the, sometimes just a very nice cordial letter seeking cooperation, assistance in light of all of the upcoming, quite frankly, international events. We could always try to get voluntary compliance and try to work together. I'd be happy to help do that.
Yeah, I want to know what they plan on doing with these buildings.
Yeah, we can ask, but they may not have to tell us, but we can ask.
They're gated and there's people living in them, and a person was dead in there.
So comment on my part, I think it's good that we make a list. I understand what the intention is here. I'm kind of doubtful because of the property rights issue. Hey, we own this property, we can do whatever the heck we want type of response. Well, they're not going to say that, but they're going to be more cordial. We have plans for this. We have this and that.
At least we would know.
Yeah, at least we would know, like you said.
Right.
And but I think when we were talking last time, we were talking about those structures, like two structures behind, in the Ramona, behind Hawthorne Boulevard. Everybody's goes, oh, Ramona. Yeah. The alley. Yeah, the alley. Go ahead, sir. You had a comment?
I just say just go ahead and reach out and let's see what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. That's it.
Can I get I'll move. Can I get a second?
Second. Reach out. Just send a letter.
Okay, just
Yeah, make a list and reach out.
to that one business first. Point of clarification on your
Yeah,
motion?
I mean,
Just to
yeah, I
that one
mean-
business first?
It's that one.
Sure. And that includes his other business that the garage keeps constantly locked, right? His employees need to utilize that.
I can
Okay,
absolutely draft a nice
great.
letter.
Please vote.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please vote. Yeah.
Votes are in. Vote reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Okay, thank you for that suggestion. Elected officials reports. City clerk.
Thanks, everyone, for coming out tonight. Just want to let everyone know, remind everyone that if you have any problems with public records request or anything like that, you can always call our office. I wanted to also let you all know that I just completed the Public Service Leadership Institute and AI cohort. Sorry, Councilwoman Reyes English. And I am actually working on developing some AI technology to help with some of the things that the clerk's office has to do. Lastly, our paper project is coming to a close, and we are just about ready to digitize. That will happen within the next 30 days, and we are going to report out a little bit later on that as well. Thanks, everyone, again. Happy Easter, and have a great 2 weeks. I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Thank you, ma'am. I believe the last time were you first, Drew?
I could go. That's fine.
You go?
That's fine. I could go.
Okay, ma'am. Go ahead, please. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you, Mayor. There's a couple of things. We talked about our alleys, right? We talked about all our alleys that are being updated, and I want to thank our departments for doing that, but more importantly, being able to capture grants so that we could be able to do that. And there's not going to be potholes and water in the alleys. They're all going to be cemented, and it's going to, help us greatly and take care of our cars. But I wanted to mention that. I also wanted to make mention that I had an opportunity to attend and partner with my coworkers at our staff development training that was on March 18th at the Memorial Center. I was there all day. And the reason I wanted to do that, I said I would take that day just to assure that I participated and attended. And I was there roughly from like 8:30 to 4:30. And I attended all of the sessions except two. I just want to commend Vaughn. I want to commend the city attorney and all the department heads that provided their presentations. There was a general session. There was a capital project grants session, and you could attend these so that you could understand what those departments do. There was a city attorney providing information on the city attorney's office, a cybersecurity that was providing information on cybersecurity and how to secure yourself whenever that comes across your desk. There was an employee wellness program, human resources program, planning development program, and then there was the last two was public safety, emergency operations, social media, and public communications, which we honored today are Channel 22, and they're the ones that led in that presentation. I was really impressed. I was really excited to see the turnout of staff and the police department and everyone truly partnering all together and taking this opportunity to just go hear from their fellow peers on how these departments run and how they're implemented ultimately, including, just for an idea, planning and grants, talking about 3 capital projects that we have here in the city. That is our senior center. I don't know if you drive down Prairie, but you can see the big rooftop. It's coming along pretty quickly. It's our senior center. And then we have our public works yard that's right adjacent to it. And then here, City Hall. And just knowing that a lot of these projects were through grant funding, and roughly about 34, 35 other programs, I should say projects that are being funded through grants. I'm really proud of all of those individuals that could sit there for such periods of time and write grants to be able to secure the projects that we get and ultimately the funding that we need to get these projects done. Let's see, Vaughn, there were so many of you in your departments that presented. I just want to say thank you to all of you that presented, all of you that were available to the workforce and provided a great presentation all around. And there was the development training survey that was done, and so Vaughn, later on, I'd like to hear how that survey, what everybody thought about that survey, and if you could report out at another council meeting on how that went. But emergency preparedness was a good one that we should really take heed to, talking about emergency preparedness checklist. Then I think at some time I'll make sure to get this list out through a flyer. And yeah, that should do it. Let me see what else. I know there's our community services and public works spring event, Earth Day and Service Provider Fair, which is Saturday, March 28th. We have the farmers market that's coming every Sunday, and this starts when? It just says every Sunday.
April.
Oh,
April, yes. So hopefully we can be started the second Sunday in April. But
Oh, okay, 'cause it
there's still
doesn't-
some items that are pending. So.
Okay. And then Katrina, council member, I'm going to miss you having not working on or helping with the business and restaurant expo. But that's going to be Thursday, May 14th. Again, we do so many great events and we participate in so many different tabling that it's very helpful to our seniors and everyone. And I also want to remind our seniors that there's free tax preparation for our seniors through next month over at the Senior Center. Let's see, what else? I have some items I want to put on the agenda, but I guess I'll discuss that. I'll discuss that here later. Oh, can I go ahead and, can I provide a stipend for the upcoming event, for the women's event that's coming up? Is that okay?
Be now or directives?
Directives, right?
Is that a directive? Okay.
If you don't mind,
All
please.
right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could tuck it away.
That should do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Katrina
And
Manning.
really quick, to the chair, if I can
Sure.
add to Councilwoman Reyes's English's comments. It was a team effort. The event staff training was put on by HR, so I'd like to give Eric and her staff kudos for that. They did a great job. It was all departments, as you mentioned, and the goal to this training was more for our mid-management to take leadership roles and present. And hopefully we can, with that traction, following years, we can have additional line level and mid-management actually start taking the reins for succession. Obviously, we know we all can't work forever, and we want to make sure the city is left in good hands. So that's the plan from HR and City Manager's office to make sure we have all our staff trained and ready to go and be able to take the seat if needed. So thank you, Councilwoman, for those kudos.
All right,
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you.
Councilwoman Katrina Manning?
Thank you. So I'd like to start off with Last council meeting, we missed the chief's birthday, so I want to take a moment and sing happy birthday to our chief.
Good, Chief.
All right, awesome.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear chief. Happy birthday to you. And
Thank
many
you.
more. Thank you. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to share, had an opportunity to stop by the senior center, and during that time, they had a scam workshop. And I'm so glad that we did this because I was just watching a movie about how seniors are often scammed, taken advantage of out of their homes, and everything taken from them. So I would encourage you all, if you know a senior, you're a senior, please go to the workshops that we have as it regards to senior scams. It's really important that you know if you're the signs, if you're being taken advantage of. So important. And also, I'll wait to say city manager, I'd love to see us have more of those scam workshops, but I'll say that later. The other, I had an opportunity to attend the employee appreciation. Let's give it up for Erica. Woo! We had so much cake, cookies, so much dessert. Not gonna lie, I took home bags and bags of cakes, and everything was so good. She outdid herself. She does this every year, and I really, truly appreciate her doing this. And she even bought fruit too. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yes. Also, I also had an opportunity to attend the Hawthorne Math and Science Academy, and they had a request, and I'm gonna ask you, Mayor. They asked for engineers to come by and speak to the kids. They really do want to see more of our city folks over there participating in their career day. So I volunteered the mayor saying that he would love to come over there and talk to the kids, but specifically they want engineers, so that's why I kind of volunteered you. So yeah, and if there's any other people out there that are interested in going to speak to Hawthorne Math and Science Academy, that are in the science, that are in the engineering field, they welcome you coming to pour into our youth and expressing things to them about opportunities they may not know about in that space. So thank you so much for that. And then lastly, I want to say that I also went to Ramona Elementary opening day, and it's always great to go there because the kids are really engaged, their parents, they show up. And we always have a table where we're giving out all of our information. We have a secondary table there. Hawthorne staff is there giving out information about the events that we're having. And again, if you have an opportunity to go over there, and they're always happy to have folks come and speak to the kids about careers. So if you have some free time, just call up the principal and let them know that you are interested in volunteering, police department, chief. They would appreciate it. And let's see. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mayor Pro Tem Montero.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming and listening to us at home. First, I want to again thank the Centinela Valley Union High School District for the certificate of recognition for our partnership. So thank you, Mr. Hugo Rojas and Dr. Nilman.
Since the last meeting, I did attend several meetings. You know, we got together with the Connected Credit Federal Union to talk about organization fundraising and planning. I went to the Los Angeles County West Vector Control District. If you have any problem with insects like bees and mosquitoes, just call the 310-915-7370. 310-915-7370. Okay, so they will go and take care of your bees or the mosquito if you have them in your house or patio or something like that.
Mayor
okay?
Pro Tem, sorry, does that include WASP?
Yes, they do all those. Yeah. So, yeah. So again, the number is 310-915-7370. So it's the Los Angeles County West Vector Control District. So we are part of it. So I attend the meetings every month. We also attend the Clean Power Alliance, the Executive Committee, the Sanitation District Board, the RCC 911 Board of Directors meeting. And last Saturday, I was my privilege to present a proclamation to the family of Roger Morrissey, who passed away. So it was a memorial service at the VFW Post 2075. It was a very movement, you know, kind of like a very nice memorial service for the Roger Morrissey that, you know, he passed away. He was a commander at the VFW Post for many, many years. I want to say thank you to the police department, especially my shout out to the Lieutenant Yoshida, because we received this beautiful newsletter. It's not just beautiful, but it have a tremendous wealth of information and statistics that to show us how busy the HPD is. So I want to say thank you for that and make sure that she got the message that she's doing a fantastic job. I appreciate that very, very much. Just a quick reminder that Thursday morning, the South Bay Caucus is having the annual assembly, so you're all invited, but make sure you registered online if you're going to go to attend. So it's the southbaycaucus.org because, you know, they have to count people for lunch and also for parking because you're going to have about 250 parking, and then after that you have to pay $20. So it's going to be at the West Cliff Hotel right here on Manhattan Beach, so it's very close to us. Again, Councilwoman English mentioned about the Earth Day. That's going to be Providers Fair and Earth Day on March 28th from 10 to 2. So we're going to have a lot of providers there. We're going to give giveaway. We have bikes. We have gift cards. So show up. Now that I have to talk that during my directives because it was not on the agenda. So another thing that I want to talk to seniors, if you receive a letter from the County of Los Angeles Fire Department, if you're 62, you live in your home, they're going to start to collect tax year 26, 27. The Measure E, it was a tax that was imposed to all the property owners for safety for the LA County Fire Department. So if you're 62 and you live in your home, and if you are considered low income, you can go online and file an exempt, right? So they send me like a form and a letter. So if you got the letter from Los Angeles County Fire Department, don't throw it away, okay? Because I almost throw it away. But it's for you to be exempt of paying that tax that's coming up into 26, 27, okay? So even they give you, you know, the low-income seniors, they give you the amount, household income, you know, starting like one household, 84,000, two households, 96, it goes on and on and on. So make sure you don't throw that away if you're 62 plus. And just a reminder, because, you know, every year the Hawthorne President Council and the Hawthorne Police Department K-9, we do the K-9 dinner. But this year is not going to be in May, so I just want to give you a heads up. So the K-9 dinner,
this year is going to be on June 18, not in May. So just put on your calendar, Thursday is June 18, 2026, because we have a lot of things going on at the Memorial Center in May. So that note, I want to say good night to everyone, and God bless you all, and happy Easter.
Thank you, sir.
To the chair. I have,
Go ahead,
back.
super quick, please.
So I forgot to mention that I attended LAWA's board meeting that myself and Councilwoman Reyes sit on, and they have a new president and vice president for the board of directors. The new president is Matthew M. Johnson for the board, and also vice president Vanessa Amro. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Important information. Okay, thank you. So thank you guys all for being here. March Madness is taking place. I can't believe they're already in like the Sweet 16. It's just look, there's so much stuff going on in the world that I've been turning on the news channels and not even looking at the sports channels. And right? I mean, everybody's kind of distracted with all this crap that's going on, you know. And the World Cup is coming soon. Those ticket prices are so high, you know. I feel like getting tickets to the Iran-Belgium game over here. I don't know if Iran's gonna come or not. I think they said that they weren't. Well, I think it's probably worth getting, even those nosebleed ones, because there might be some good teams that are gonna replace Iran. Italy, it hasn't made it previous to this and the last World Cup, so you'd expect them to be in the World Cup. So maybe they get a spot, and so, you know, get lucky to see Italy play or something. But a lot to look forward to. I know we're LA 28. I think there's going to be two stages of ticket purchase. I think on March 18th, the first stage of the registration to get the first stage of tickets was already expired. So there's going to be a second one, a second stage. I feel so bad that I didn't register for the first stage, but I'm definitely going to be in on the second stage. Those tickets appear to be more reasonable. There's heck of a lot more events to go to, and so a lot of local people will probably get a better chance of going to one of those. Instead of like $4,000 a ticket, it'll probably be $2,000, so it'll be more affordable. I say that sarcastically. I said that sarcastically. Come on, you know, they have to do something. Or, you know, Mayor Karen Bass has to say, oh, I don't know if she's going to be around. Sorry. Maybe whoever the next person is. I was being a brat saying that. But
It's okay.
yeah, I was being a brat. Thank you all for being here. Let's go on to the directives. Go ahead, anybody. Who would like to start?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. So, city manager, I was at Hawthorne Math and Science Academy, and I talked to the PE leaders there, and one of the things that they had asked me, or they questioned, was they said that the kids do PE at the Eucalyptus Park, and it's always, I guess, wet. There's a dry patch, and so they were asking if we could put grass or turf there at Eucalyptus Park.
Well, I wouldn't consider that a directive. We do have a capital improvement project starting there this year, which encompasses that request.
Okay.
So there's no excuse for the water being on and being wet, so I will talk to our maintenance division regarding that. But as far as rehabbing that area, that's on the schedule.
Okay. And then also they had asked if we could turn the lights on, replace the lights, because some of the lights are broken.
That's part of the project also.
Okay. All right.
Well, you can ask them to follow us on social media. They would have all the information there, or our newsletter.
Will do. I will make sure that I let them know.
No problem.
Thank you. That's it for me.
Can I just say, FYI, Katrina, the school currently uses our lawn here on Gravilla to do their PE class, and they never asked.
Where?
But, you know, along with the folks that are, you know, walking their dogs. I'm not worried about that as long as they pick up the poop.
Different schools, I
Because
think.
it's not fair for our workers, right? It's not fair for our workers that have to come and mow the lawn and do maintenance, and we're walking on, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next directives?
Oh, it was me, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, one of the directive, actually, it was supposed to be on the agenda. I forgot to tell you, Vaughn, but because we have to do this, because the South Bay Caucus is going to have that housing trust, right? So we have to appoint a delegate by March 30th. So I asked was for me to be the delegate for that. So I would love to make a motion for you guys to appoint me the delegate to the South Bay Caucus Housing Trust.
How about,
Okay, comment?
I'm sorry, yeah, to the chair, thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
How about I make the motion and someone else second versus
Sure,
you?
go ahead.
Okay,
I'll second it.
okay, all right.
You actually don't have to use it, a directive on that. That can be put on the discussion item for the next council meeting.
So just to make official, but we have to submit the name by March 30th.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
point of information, city attorney, since it sounds like it's an emergency type of situation, does that have to be an itemized discussion item, something we vote on? Since it's an appointment, or it's just a committee appointment? Can't we do it through just a simple vote here?
You can appoint.
No, I mean, sir, I mean, I need to know. I mean, if you need to think about it a little bit.
Isn't there a word called through in
Well,
is that word?
as I understand it from talking to the city manager, there was an omission that was made tonight, should have been on tonight's agenda for discussion. But to answer your question, yeah, I think we could,
Let's stick to the rules. We'll still support them, but whatever you want. You'll still be the person. What do you need, what's just clear, just straight?
yeah, no, I think we
What'll
could-
be easiest?
we can handle it by way of directive, given that situation.
Yeah, you can bring it, make official. So just in case we have to submit the name, and then we'll make it official on the next meeting.
It's my intention that he be the person, so if you could just put it on the next meeting.
So yeah, the other thing that I would like to do is my stipend is to give $300 to the women's event that's coming up on the 29th, right? The women's event.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. The other one that I want us to discuss later on, you know what's been going on about the Cesar Chavez on the news.
Was there a second on that $200 to the women's event?
No, that's coming from my stipend. We don't need to vote on that.
We need directive, right?
Yeah, we don't need to vote on that. So this one, the Cesar Chavez, because in the past, the council voted to make that a holiday, right, for the staff. So I want us to not to call it No More Cesar Chavez, but I'm suggesting for us to call that holiday Dolores Huerta Day.
Can we
That's my
count it?
Comment, go ahead.
So
And then I
I
have a
read
comment.
that they changed it to the Workers' Day.
Right.
As
Farmers,
yeah.
Look.
Farm workers, yeah, they
Right.
changed it to the Farm Workers' Day, so.
I'll go with that.
to the
Okay.
chair.
And then I have a comment after.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
yes. Thank you for keeping an open mind. I really appreciate that. Because of the theme of what that was supposed to embody was farm workers, working in labor camps and doing all the field work and bringing all the great fruits and vegetables to the tables. So I wanted to stay within that theme. And I would be willing to do what everybody else seems to be doing in the state and other cities, which is, isn't it United? What is it? No, it's not United. It's Farm Workers Day.
United Farm Workers.
It's Farm Workers Day. I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, Farm Workers Day. Yeah, I would go with that. And if you want to make a motion,
Comment. All right, this is a very, very, and thank you for bringing it up, and I think it's a very delicate issue. And I know what other cities are doing. I know what other school districts, what other organizations are doing. But there's more information coming out about surrounding this issue of Cesar Chavez. And even putting in question Dolores Huerta and her foundation, Information as in there's been a heavy lawsuit against her and her organization for corruption, for misuse of public funds, harassment of employees, and the timing, according to elements out there, is suspicious. Not only her accusations, but possibly the ladies that made the accusations. Of course, we want to make sure we take things serious, but the thing is that I think everybody's jumping to the immediate conclusion without investigating or asking or verifying, or newspapers always want to sell. They always want to sell stories. Okay, so it's the same thing as if any other civil rights leader or any other person figure an accusation is made after they've passed away for about 30 years. It could be very true, but I think we have to be careful, and I think we might get mud in our face if we try to elevate the other person involved, Dolores Huerta, to a level of prominence without knowing exactly what's going on. So I think we need to be very careful. I think there is that compromise, like my colleagues mentioned here, about supporting and highlighting the farm workers, and I think. No, but I just wanted to put my comments out there because, people, there might be other people that might want to come up here and just act like certain things are fact, 100% verifiable fact. And I just think that there's still stuff coming out, guys. That's all I'm saying. Still stuff coming out that if we jump to conclusions, we might be surprised as to what's going on. Ruth Chavez is a name. Ruth, there's a person that has a strong lawsuit against.
Right, clearly. So,
sir, can you comment on anything that I've said? And I mean, not necessarily support or.
Let me make just some comments.
What's the liability? Not liability, but what do we subject ourselves if we make a conclusion of that nature?
Sure. The first thing is, it's clear to me that it would be healthy for this council to have a discussion about it, and that would require a proper agenda item. I recommend bringing it up for discussion. Another point that's important to clear up is, in our municipal code, we do have a code section that expressly delineates the specific holidays. And so, I would anticipate if there's a discussion, if there's a direction to change the name as far as the city of Hawthorne is concerned in its ordinance, to change it to another name, that would have to require an ordinance amendment. But there's quite a bit of steps here. So,
Mr. City Attorney, I do not want to take this holiday if it's a holiday for our employees. Can't we just simply call it holidays and have until there's something, because the state might change it.
Oh, yeah,
The federal government might change
They
it.
already said it.
I wasn't saying
it's
that
not
we would
conclusive,
take a
I don't
holiday.
think.
I wasn't saying that we would take a holiday away. I just want to make sure that the nomenclature,
I just
the
wanted to make
nomenclature
sure.
that's in the ordinance.
Yeah,
I'm
through the
really
chair,
compromised with my
through the
colleagues.
chair, that is what I gave a directive to bring it back for discussion. It was not for us to make a decision tonight. So that's what I make it was a directive to bring it back so we can discuss it more in detail, and then maybe more information we'll get it from other cities or whatever. But
There's a lot coming out.
right now there is a lot
Sorry.
of facts out there.
To the chair.
Yes, ma'am. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm reading, and it says California lawmakers are moving to rename Cesar Chavez Day, March 31st, to Farm Workers Day, to honor the labor of field workers. With recent efforts, AB 2156 passing initial votes in March 2026. Separately, August 26 is the recognition as California Farm Workers Day in honor of workers' contributions, while National Farmers Day is celebrated on October 12th.
I mean, with that, it might be prudent to wait to see what the state legislature does, and then go from there.
That's what he said, yep.
To follow their lead, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Because they'll probably do a lot more due diligence than us in investigating the matter.
They're gonna move fast, because look at what the city of LA already, they did it like the next day. Took down all the street signs already too.
So we need direction here, so
Bring
we'll,
it back.
Motion?
So
Second.
yeah. So my directive was to bring back for discussion, and then we'll get more information and we'll talk about it next meeting.
Please vote
motion,
on that?
please?
Yes.
Absolutely.
second.
Second.
Please vote.
The votes are in. Voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Thank you, colleagues. Anybody else? We're good? Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Just FY that on April 28th is a Tuesday night, right? I'm not gonna be here.
Second meeting?
So,
Yeah, it was the second meeting, I'm not gonna be
oh,
here. Okay. The second meeting in April, I'm not gonna be able to attend.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, let's take a look. Just a moment. Everybody okay with the directives? You okay?
I haven't gone yet.
What?
I haven't
no,
gone
go ahead,
yet.
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Vaughn, can you please provide for my stipend 500 for the Women's Day coming up at the end of this month?
thank you.
You're welcome. And I wanted to give the community dinner. I want to, yeah, the community dinner, spaghetti dinner. We're going to have spaghetti again? Okay. 500, please. Thank you. President's Council, yes. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. There's no closed sessions on the agenda. Okay,
To the chair?
yes, go ahead, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I have one more.
Yes, directive? Okay,
yes,
I'll open
I'm
it
sorry.
back up, not a problem.
Sorry. City manager, if I have any money? I don't know. Okay. Thank you. July 1st.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll give you some later.
All right, so I think we should all keep the world in prayer. There's a lot of things that are happening quickly, and for some people these are good things. For some people there's bad things, but as we all know, war is not always the answer. The peace process, letting it take its course, is sometimes the most proper approach to take. And disrupting the peace process when you have people willing to sit at the table and bypassing that and launching out all-out attacks doesn't really serve, the legitimacy of our, diplomatic approach well. So I believe we should pray that, like our leaders here in our country and elsewhere around the world, take more careful decisions, not to jump the gun, to respect other countries, because at the end it comes to bite us back in the butt. Okay, and that's what we're finding out right now. Okay, so we need to be.
Can I say something?
We need to be very careful about that, and pray that that these things, that people just think about things more carefully. Go ahead. Brief,
No, I just wanted to make mention. Thank
closing
you,
out.
thank you, Mayor, for mentioning that. For most folks that don't know, my daughter and my granddaughter live in Israel, and so we're in contact constantly. And she makes mention to me of the sirens that are going off and the bunkers that they're assigned to where they could go should they need to. But currently, she says that she feels that she's safe. And my granddaughter's 18, and it's a scary situation. More scarier when they say, as a resident of Israel, at the age of 18, you're required to join the army or the service for 2 years. So it's a scary situation, so I'm always constantly in prayer. And so I thank you for bringing that to the attention. But it's not just Israel, it's the other places that are also in war. We need to pray and keep them in prayer too, because it's not a good situation. I don't think any of us want us to be in war and to see children being killed. And that's really, that's the truth. Yeah.
So no, we pray that, your granddaughter? Reina? Oh my God, dude, that one's so crazy. So we pray that, our councilwoman colleague's granddaughter, we all know her because we go way back, right?
Yeah,
we all know little Reina.
Yeah.
And your daughter's over there too, right? That's some sensitive stuff, so, we hope everything's good. But, there's a reason why our country has enemies, and it's not because we just have enemies in a vacuum. Other countries try to manipulate us, and that's why we force enemies upon us. So, I think we just need to pray that, vocalize your opinion. Make sure you vote the correct candidates at every election, so things like this won't happen. Okay? So let's just pray for everyone involved, all the countries that are involved. Okay? So let's just moment of silence because so many people have passed away. So let's just have a moment of silence for them, please. Okay. This meeting is adjourned at 8:15.